Shane van Boening and Kaçi were up
rack,
against each other in the final of the Euro Tour in Veldhoven in the Netherlands. 3 Americans made the quarterfinals. Shane got to the final and was down 5-0 against Kaçi, but he won. So he has won over Kaçi.
Well, the lag was millimetre perfect almost. Gets to break and makes the most of it.
Particularly interested how Deuel and van Boening will gel together. In regard to team chemistry, that has been one of the challenges for Ruysink, the coach, together with Jeremy Jones. No better setting to get people to work together than in the Mosconi Cup arena. Good shot there. A perfect shot by Shane. Johan Ruysink, and at the back, Jeremy Jones. Calm on the outside. Shaky start they've had. And that cue ball has traveled too far. Very touchy to play softly. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Beautiful shot by Deuel. Tells us how he's feeling. There's the finesse.
If experience counts for anything, watch out for these Americans. Van Boening and Deuel make the desired start. The USA may be on the comeback trail. Looks resplendent. The Stars and Stripes are beginning to stir. They were 2-0 down. We were thinking, is this going to be another Mosconi Cup rout for the blue team? But Tyler Steyer, beating Niels Feijen by 5 racks to 3, has changed the whole complexion, the whole feel of the evening, Alex.
Yeah, beautiful win by Tyler.
You're up to break, trailing by 1 rack to 0.
Proving himself also to his team. He should be on it, and that Johan Ruysink has made the right call. In the first rack, we've seen a break and run by Shane van Boening and Corey Deuel. Kazakis and Kaçi now to respond. Easy save available for Kaçi. That's the difficulty with the table that breaks soft, where it's easy to make balls. It becomes difficult to control that one, and we'll see that one ball end up often close to the short rail. So at some point I expect players to start cutting a little bit more on the break, trying to manipulate an opening shot.
Well, our MC this week, Ted Lerner, does some commentary with us on many occasions throughout the year, and one of his favourite sayings is a wall of balls, and that really was a wall to hide behind.
I don't think this is good enough. Kaçi and Kazakis could get away with it.
Tension call.
But really, this gives opportunity. Shane using the mirror system. Same distance that the one is off of the rail. He mirrors that and then aims at that point through the rubber, through the rail. Can play to make it or can play to stick the cue ball there. Side of the two ball. He's kicking at it. Very difficult to read the deflection off of the rail. The cue ball coming in that flat. Beautiful, beautiful hit. Beautiful hit. If Corey starts playing good, and it looks like it, he will come with many shots like this. One of the smartest, most all-round, most creative players in the world. Now, if he grows to be confident in this cup, he could be a pillar for USA. It's a get out of the inning shot. Speed control. Wants to use the 6 and 8. Bit of a let off there. Kaçi sees enough of the two to pocket it. Addresses the cue ball low, so he'll play for the 3-5 combination, or let the cue ball float in between the 3 and 5. A let off there by Shane. The misplayed safety on the 2, opening the door for the Balkan boys.
Yes, when Barry Hearn instituted this tournament on the calendar all those years ago, who would have thought that 25 years on we'd have a Greek and an Albanian teaming up. It really is a true European effort, this.
Very good striker of the ball, Eklent Kaçi. And that shot over 3 rails, straight in on the 6, sets him up for a win in rack 2.
Of course, a Greek has been involved in the Mosconi Cup before, Nikos Economopoulos, who acquitted himself very well indeed. And Kazakis looks a cool customer. All level, 1-1, and Alex loving it. Into the atmosphere already. No shrinking violet.
Madhouse here.
And to kick that winter festival off, it's the Mosconi Cup.
Settle down, please.
Deuel to kick off rack 3. Oh, it's a nice roll. Sitting up perfectly. 1.
Settle down, please.
Getting straight on
Settle
the 2.
down.
That's the thought. And then slowly preparing, anticipating the angle on the 4 to get to that 5-6 combination. Whoa, there's a 7 ball there.
Well, a very poor tactical error from Shane van Boening in the previous rack, and now that.
Yeah, that's a misjudgment by Shane. Shouldn't have been anywhere near the 7. You either play 2 rails or 1 coming in between the 7 and 2. One thing leads to another, a good jump, but another one needed. Snookered on the 4.
Well, it was Steyer's jumping, really, that was the key in his win over Niels Fine. And you can't keep knocking them in. Go to the well too often, and you're going to find yourself leaving the table prematurely.
Sitter for Europe, but straight in with a little angle. So a bit of a roll for Team USA. They haven't left the table wide open.
Extension call.
Takes guts to play for a safety. They had a marginal angle on the 4. They could have forced their way to the 5-6 combination. Takes guts to leave the initiative, to give it back. Quite some distance. The rock close to the rail. Speed. A hair thinner and the cue ball would have been hidden behind the 6. But this result tells me, that the shot selection from Kaçi and Kazakis was a bit conservative. Going to be open. Turnover ball. Don't play position if you have it. It's not a jury sport. It doesn't count how they go in, but that they go in.
And after Tuma's judgments, the pressure's on. Really, from here, they should retake the lead. SVB does not miss these.
Well, never say never.
I told you, thank heaven it went in. Well done, Shane. Wow, I'll tell you what, he used all of the pocket there. The Americans lead 2-1, and Van Boening is the most relieved man of the 2,000 people packed in this arena.
Role in the closing chapters of day one. After this, he'll be up against Jason Shaw, who he beat last year in the closing match of the first day. Eklent Kaçi. He made that mistake on the safety in the previous rack. It cost them the point.
Start the clock, please.
Now the scratch on the break. An open table and ball in hand for the Americans.
Early in the singles between Steyer and Feiern, Steyer had a pretty good run of the ball, and then he took advantage and played some really good pool, and the vibe has switched.
It switches the first half of the evening. After the miss on the 7 by Woodward in the opening match, things have run against the Americans, but since Tyler's win, it seems to have changed. A little bit of consideration in preparing the proper angle on the 3. It's not ideal, far from it. Far from it. Okay, Shane suggested come back with the cue ball. This was easier to execute going forward, leaving the cut. It's all about cue ball control and staying on the right side of the ball. Twice across makes it easier to judge the speed. Into the rail and out a bit. Using the whole width of the pocket so he could play a stop shot. Shane plays with an extension on the cue, always. Helps him there.
Two balls away, this USA pairing from being 3-1 ahead and breaking.
Underhit that shot. Still good.
Extension call.
Most important on a shot like this to be decided upon how to maneuver the cue ball. Spin it.
Settle down, please.
Where to get to the long rail.
feel-good pool.
Table break soft. So then the trap is to overpower it. It's all about control. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Hit the post twice, that one ball did. Outside, inside. Sitting up nicely.
Well, I think it would be incorrect to say that the crowd has been silenced, but they've certainly been dampened.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot. Corey didn't look that strong in their practice match against England last week, that they managed to win 7-6. Missed 2 money balls. Corey did 2 9 balls by a wide margin. But today he's looking fine.
At pocket weight, these pockets suck the balls in.
Yeah, good shot by Corey. Still looking at angles. Trick is not to get ahead of yourself. The devil is in the detail. You can feel like cruising and all of a sudden you have a funny angle. This is not ideal. Try to squeeze every bit of angle out of that shot.
Deuel doesn't miss 9 balls of this nature. In it goes, and the Americans march on at 4-1 ahead. It means they are 3 racks up with a possible 4 to play, on the verge of drawing level over.
Lucky rack 6, Europe to break, trailing 1 rack to 4.
Can Europe somehow claw themselves back into this doubles?
Guys, seriously, right, when they're on the shot, let's show a bit of respect to the European team, the American team. Don't go shouting out, all right? Let's get on with the game.
Nigel Rees, the most experienced referee in the world of pool, saying exactly the right thing. Let's have good order.
Getting the rolls, and there's a lot of variance in a game of 9 ball, and fortune will swing back and forth. And in the past hour the Americans are getting the rub of the green and taking advantage. That's the most important.
And let's face it, a race to 5 in pool is the equivalent of a 10-meter race, let alone a 100-meter race. It's the ultimate sprint.
He's playing it to the corner. Needs to hit that cue ball clean.
Look, risking being repetitive here, but that was just extraordinary how it went in.
Extension
Just
call.
floated in. Two things that will make the ball drop with ease is how wide the pocket is and how deep the slate is cut. He could have played it softer. So he took a risk there, wanted to play with more authority. Failed to avoid contacting the 8. This is somewhat tricky. Big miss by Kaçi. As big a miss as I've seen from him in the past year.
Doesn't matter how much of an impact you've had on the game, where you are in the rankings, what you've done, no one is immune to Mosconi Cup jitters.
Still, I think it was created by the shot selection before. Kazakis could have floated in that 3 ball.
Well, it now looks as though the Americans might be floating to a 5-1 victory.
5-1 victory. Van Boening on a roll, gets to play the 5th match. The singles match against Shaw. Gloomy. Can Corey keep that cue ball away from the rail? Using the whole pocket.
In the pool world, are we going to see America great again? Who knows? What we do know is that after falling 2-0 behind, can they finally, after such a drought, win a session here at the Mosconi Cup? We'll find out